Hi, I'm Roman, and this is Anatomy of a Shot with Film Reframed. This week, we're breaking down images from the 5 films nominated for Best Feature at the Independent Spirit Awards. Today, we're analyzing this composition from Train Dreams. What I love about this composition is that it arranges multiple figures in a harmonious and cohesive way through blocking and value distribution. But in a composition with many characters, it can be hard to identify the focal point. So, where does our eye go first, and why? Common attributes of a focal point are being in sharp focus, being the highest point of contrast, being highest in saturation, being easily accessible through an eye path, and being positioned at a place in the composition where lines lead toward it. So let's discover our focal point by assessing which character or object has these characteristics. To begin, let's check focus. It looks like the characters in the middle ground are in the sharpest focus. Next, which of our characters has the highest contrast? When we enter X-ray vision, we can see that the 2 characters on the right are at the point of highest contrast because of the stark rim light and the deep shadow. Now, which character has an easily accessible eye path? When we look at the composition through the lens of light and dark shapes, we see that this seated character has an entry path from both the top and the bottom of the composition. Lastly, where do the lines of the composition lead? Remember, lines can be literal or implied by areas with a drastic change in value. So if we follow these lines, we note that they lead to this character. Whew, okay, we verified our focal point. What's great about this composition is that once we acknowledge our focal point, it continues to move our eye naturally around to all of the other characters by arranging them in a dominant shape. By staggering them across the foreground, middle ground, and background, they achieve interesting size variations while keeping them contained in an oval. Speaking of shapes, I'd be remiss not to note the angular shadow shape areas which break up the image in a very interesting way. The oval shape of the characters is contrasted by the triangle shapes formed by the shadows. So there you have it. We have a clear focal point, a dominant shape, and light and dark variation, which make this complex arrangement of characters a compellingly layered image. Check back each day this week for another video in the series as we lead up to the Film Independent Spirit Awards on Sunday, February 15th.